Hey everybody, welcome back here to the BTS Pro Series season number 12. My name is rkryptic. I'm here with ET. Apologies on the slight delay, having some technical difficulties as sometimes streaming services just stop working or things crash or break, but it's okay. We're back. We're ready to go. Ready to jump into our final game of the evening. ET, dude, just tell these viewers what they're in for, because this is going to be a wild ride, man.
No, it definitely is, and I love that those beast heroes were taken out, and I think it's super smart from both these teams. One team bans out the Beastmaster, the other takes out the Visage. We're back on the evil or on even footing here. We're just gonna have that bloodbath kind of play out again. And Wolf team, they go for first base puck, and it gets immediately responded to by RCY Void Spirit. I love it. It just again goes to show that we are going to walk into a team fight. We are going to fight to the death. Nobody is going to escape from this, and that's where they rush the HFN Luna. Okay, you better cover this real well with your next two bans, but no, we are in for a fight to the death. This is where nobody can really afford to walk away, and picking Luna into and dying, no less. So that tombstone, it is not easy to approach with this hero. You are pretty much locked in once you actually make that huge walk up. And then, well, are you going to walk out on top, or are you dead to zombies? That's going to be a question to ask here in this draft. But no, I'm very excited, and of course, elimination on the line. Neither team wants their path to end here, but we'll have to see, because Stonebank, well, now we need our carry. We need to see what he's actually going to be able to do here to do everything, because in same fashion as game one, Stonebank is going to be on a hero that gets them Roche, gets them all of their buildings, probably does a good bit of defending the towers as well. It's honestly where like Stonebank Medusa would be pretty sick, but that's where they already banned it out because they're playing versus HFN. But we'll have to see, because he's going to be the most important player for DogChamp.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a little bit curious, like, where they end up going with this. Like, the Luna is. Do you think this is going to be the offlane Doom or the offlane Undying? Because I think with this, it has to be offlane Doom, right? Seeing that we see a Rubik.
Mhm. Yeah, I think so as well. It just feels like an Italiano hero too. And of course, he's played a few games of Undying, but it's also Bloody Nine Undying. Hopefully he actually decides to pick it, because last time around they went for this hero. They did do a little bit of a misclick, ended up playing Dark Willow inadvertently,
Oh
shoving off
no, I
Yarn to
did
the
not know
Undying
that.
instead. Yeah, no, it was a little bit sad, but we didn't remake. We just said, well, we're just gonna go for it. But no, it should feel pretty nice in the hands of B9. And then they go for the Weaver, the
That's a pretty
hero
good
that
pick.
last time Stonevink played it, I think he hit 21 kills. So yeah, no, super sick pick. Is into puck, so maybe a little bit of a concern there, but you get to a point on this hero where you are just always looking for the kill. You are just always able to get into the back line. Very obnoxious hero to play against, and a hero that really doesn't care about Luna. You walk away from her. Every time she plays this very committal style of carry, Weaver just says, "No, I don't want it." Or he says, "I'm gonna run over you and I'm gonna get a Scotty before you, because that's the way my item timings work." And then he just mops you up. Very scary hero for Stonebank.
Yeah, I like this. I think this is going to be a really sick pick. I'm curious how they respond, because you do have Puck, which is okay at dealing with the Weaver, right? But from the offlane perspective, there's not many heroes left in the pool that actually beat this hero, right? Like, how do you beat this hero in the offlane right now? You have a Marcy, which it could be, 3 or 4 Marcy, and they will grab the techies. So Marcy techies is their idea, I guess.
Yeah, and then they turn FCR into their techies. They make it an offlane Marcy. I like it. I think it is a solution in a very scary lane that Stonebank now has to exist in, because you can die very easily. All it takes is a quick punish, and then you even getting dragged out of your Shikuchi with the dispose. Even if you get it off to react to the blast off, then you can still die pretty easily. But aside from that, I still think it's a real free Weaver game. I think he's going to have a pretty decent time. It's where if he ever looks for an item like Orchid, I think he's just going to start to run over heroes. And while the techies might be good if he's aggressing into the situation, that's another very weak ranged hero that if Stonebank is the one running you down, you don't have that many options. You will just straight up die if he gets on you first, and then you're looking pretty sad. It's where in the rest of the lineup, it is a 4 protect 1 versus Doom. It's why they go for it for Italiano. We'll have to see if that ends up panning out, or if they can defend HFN long enough with the Omni Knight, with the sidekick healing him up, and then hoping that he can survive through it all. Because really, two very different strategies from these
Yeah.
teams.
This is the classic Wolf team. I feel like we see when we see Wolf team play, it's
Mhm.
like always just not necessarily for Protect 1, but close to it nearly every single game for these guys. Like, they do so much to protect HFN in his game and give him just like these ultimate late game carries, really high farming heroes. It's definitely just on brand for this team.
And we'll see, because, of course, no ADR, no Tavo. Hopefully they could keep their heads down and then, see what actually happens here. But I do have a lot of more respect for Luna in the meta. I think coming out of the patch, with the shard change, a lot of people, myself included, definitely weren't feeling her, feeling like that playstyle died, and along with the hero kind of ended up going. But honestly, has kind of found her niche, especially when you get later on into the drafts and versus certain openers, has certainly become one of the more reliable carries for you to actually lean onto. Definitely feels better than Drow, I think, in a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
situations, even though they get picked in pretty much the same position, but you can slam a Luna a lot easier.
It's just Drow just doesn't farm that fast, right? I think that's the biggest thing at the end of the day is like a lot of the carries can build their net worth like pretty quickly in the mid game, and Drow is just not that hero. She needs too many defensive items. And bottom lane here, Stonebank with a Sakuchi, able to reveal this side of Wolf team, so they will back on out.
A little bit of a disengage. Ooh, Sooths, he felt it. He knows that now it's on the right side. No sentry though, so they will have to wait, at least for FCR to get a little bit closer here. But then, yeah, this word, it's not long for this world.
KJ's on the way. And he grabs it. Nice, done.
As easy as that. But with that, I feel like this should just be the 2-2 split. Can't imagine HFN. I guess he wants the clicking battle, and yeah,
he got it.
Snipes it away. Yeah, Lucent Beam, not bad.
All right, 3 runes to start, plus the D ward in mid lane. Not bad at all. We'll see how they actually manage to play this mid lane. I mean, Void Spirit versus Puck has definitely been Void Spirit favored in my opinion. Like, you just have a lot more damage to work with. Your like last hit animation is just so good. You can deny and last hit pretty easily. Then of course you have Resonant Pulse to try and absorb some of those right clicks, but we'll see how he does.
It always ends up just being a race for the denies, because you get more denies, you get your level 6 earlier, then it can really go anybody's way.
Bottom lane is going to be an interesting lane. We got Undying with Windlace, Orb of Venom. We've been seeing a lot of Undyings just come to lane with like 6 mangoes, right? Like yeah. I've seen like 6 mangoes and a tango, or like 6 mangoes and an iron branch or something, right? Like it's pretty nuts. But he is just making sure to apply a lot of pressure here on this hero so far.
It's super obnoxious, and of course this means with the first courier, you might not have as many mangoes, but again, you're so obnoxious, and well, King RD, he's gonna get forced all the way back to the tower. He's able to stick up, but have to see, and well, that first courier doesn't make it, because FCR too ready for it, and with the high ground ward, gets the punish.
Yeah, and they have no sentry on the Undying here to basically de-ward that. Like, he knows where the ward is, but can't do anything about it now.
No, it's going to take a lot longer. And you're not getting control of that small camp back. So with this wave all the way far forward, even if King RD is getting run at constantly, he's still getting XP very safely. But first blood looks like it's going to be the other side.
Yep, Yarn in the top lane. One more auto attack there from HFN, and they've got it. KJ was just doing a really good job with his Hammer of Purity and this Orb of Venom, just staying on top of this Rubik, doing as much damage as possible. And it's on a gangster. You kind of have to respect the Omni, man. This guy's got some good stats.
No, he's got good stats. He's got decent armor. Of course, with the orb, feels even better. And Italiano, before he gets a creep, really doesn't like making those trades all too much. Even though Doom, a lot easier to play now that he actually has armor, but still can get pushed back quite easily.
I feel like they just like couldn't, like for the longest time, it's just so funny. There's like Doom was just 0 armor. He used to get a ton of regen off of his Devour, and then they gave him armor and removed the regen, and then they're like, just give him more armor.
And then the regen was on Scorched Earth.
Yeah,
and
that's where it was.
Still
yeah,
max Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
Still just very, very funny. Now he just has it all the time, Love it.
Oh, bottom lane, King RD able to get the bugs off of him. He's going to get his courier taken down, though, by Stonebank, so not a bad find. Salved up underneath his tower, though. They have a lot of denies in this bottom lane.
Yeah, no, it's been really good. It's been really nice. That's why they're level 3 just a little bit earlier. They just have the base damage advantage. It's also where, though, there is a small timing coming up here. FCR with level 2 Blast Off probably has enough damage to actually punish Stonebank, because Stonebank has also gotten greedy with his skill build in the 1-1-1. Not having level 2 Shikuchi could be something they look to punish, but we'll have to see, because that timing is coming up, but still, with how low King RD is and no courier, he can't really make that play.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's got to be super careful there on King RD.
Oh yeah, it looks like he wanted to dispose under tower, but it wouldn't have worked. Would have just killed him.
Mid lane, Destroyer starting to really pull ahead here against the puck. Again, this is kind of expected. He's getting close to that level 5. Meanwhile, Sooth's forced to back off to that bounty rune to get that refill. Destroyer does have the remnant to secure bottom water, so he's still going to be fine. Does take a little bit of chip damage there from SCR, though.
Yeah. Just nice, simple rotations. You did get to steal that water in, though, which definitely feels nice. Not like Sooth is going to be under too much pressure because he got the bounty, but still, he's very happy. It looks like RCY will probably get his 6 just a little bit sooner, and that could be that danger zone that Sooth needs to be very cautious of, and yeah, got to be very careful in this lane.
Yes, Void Spirit getting level 6 on you, especially before the 6-minute mark, is like terrifying. And it looks like he might be able to. He is getting pretty much every CS he wants. Meanwhile, top lane, Yarn getting ran down again here by KJ, trying to hide in the trees. Telekinesis, well, he could have thrown him to the low ground. Is going to get a little bit, he's going to pay for that one. Yeah, ends up dying for it. A little bit of a greedy play there.
No, he needed the Omni to get just a little bit closer, but then just kind of throws his life away and gives KJ even more XP. And XP where he has purposefully been giving HFN a lot of the soul XP, because of course, the Luna, very XP hungry carry, wants to rotate out early and needs the levels to do so. But kills like that just end up setting up your Omni for a little bit more effectiveness early on.
B9 bottom lane in a lot of trouble. They're going to try and maybe finish off the techies here, but one thing to notice, it is nighttime. Global Lunar Blessing is very difficult to deal with.
No, and that hurts. And your techies is just going to start hitting you, eating away at you. It's annoying. It's very tough to deal with.
I'm curious if he's going to go for the 3rd point at 5 here. A lot of people do. But he might opt to go for the Moonglaves just because I think he's going to start being a little bit more greedy.
And HFN is definitely known for his greed, I think, at this point. And then you get 3 points up in Glaives, and then you don't feel too
Oh, he did go 3rd.
Farming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3rd point in Blessing. It's one of those things where it just makes this puck actually quite a bit more dangerous. And then on top of it, of course, you have the techies. Just an extra 20 damage on this hero is pretty nuts.
Yeah, and 6-minute rune spawns. No rotations this game, though. But it is a boring rune for RCY. The illusion rune may be great for his safety, but will not make him make any plays all that easier.
Nice astral step forward. He does get a lot of damage into Sooth there, but does have the bottle still to top himself back off. And they're even going to get a rotation in from the techie, so another bottle refill.
No, just clean stuff.
Top lane. They're going to try and get aggressive here, but KJ might get punished. 3 points in that Scorched Earth is going to be able to burn him down, and Yarn into the trees. They might get the Luna here. Infernal Blade in 1. He does have a Fade Bolt as well. Can they actually find the kill, though? It doesn't look like it. He will survive. Meanwhile, there was another kill bottom lane.
Yeah, just caught him in the river. I think that was with the Void Spirit's involvement, so he is just walking back to mid, but they just get the punish going. 2 points up in Tombstone as well. Already committed the rebound, so free kill there. And Sooths is smoked up with the techies. They brought him out of mid, and, well, now, Stonebank, you're super far up. Can they break him, though?
They can't break the coil, but they could still find the kill. He had 10-1 charges still. I just don't know if it would have been enough.
Nah, if B9 gets the soul rip off, maybe, but probably just better to save it for another time. But punishing before level 6 there, very important. If he has his level 6, then that kill kind of blows up in your face.
Yeah, you definitely don't get that kill. 8 minutes. We're going to see the power runes spawning in just a second. The question is, where is it going to be? And the rotations are in top. not there, and Zeus will grab a DD rune in the bottom.
And that's kind of unfortunate because RCY gambled a little bit in Suits. Ooh, taking a lot of damage, but Void Spirit runs out of mana. But he completely gambled on that. Yarn was keeping it from, well, he would have been able to refill up his mid's bottle, but now they have to trade lanes, and Yarn will not be upset at being that new mid tower protector, but needs to be a little bit scared of the dive, which could very likely come through. There's no coil for 10, but
Here's a
still,
DD
this is a
rune,
dangerous
man.
spot. Yeah.
You're a level 3 Rubik versus a level 7 Puck with a DD. That is scary. They're going to go ahead and smoke straight to the bottom lane here, see what they can find. B9 has done a pretty good job of just kind of farming this small camp, and he will break the smoke. He sees them, has level 3 Tombstone as well. I think at this one, as they all rotate on in, the silence is there. 4 heroes will show up. FCR actually taking a lot of damage, but nice purification there. Able to keep him alive out of the Void Spirit. Caught by the leash. He's dead, and Weaver does have the time lapse to work with, but does not have any more damage really, and they get themselves a really big kill. Actually, just kind of a nice bait onto that. Oh, wait a minute, Stonebank?
He's living on the edge.
That was a very close ledge.
Yeah. Oh, and it's not done yet, but yeah, without the unleash, just a little bit too hard, but no. Stonebank kind of playing with death there. But does get to walk away, and you got to kill the Void Spirit, which is very important. Got to waste his TP as well, so now you have a long walk to get yourself back out onto the map. But I think if you're DogChamp, it's time to put a little bit more pressure onto that Luna. Italiano was tracking down the Luna for a very long time there, also looking for his most ideal creep, but ends up not finding it. I think this is where involving Stonebank might become a larger part of your game here.
They're not slowing down. They're just doing it again.
Yeah, but without the coil, doesn't have time lapse exactly here, but FCR, oh, trying.
Stonebank just guesses. He thought something was up, and he was right.
Now he gets to walk away. Still tempting, but doesn't get punished. And now with card in mid, time for Wolf Team to maybe release this tension.
Yeah, absolutely, and not to mention Tyona Gangster, who will be able to finish off this tower on top here in just a matter of moments as his card arrives. They're farming super aggressively. Look at all of these sentries that are just blocking all these camps in the Dire jungle. They have a nice ward here to see the triangle, or the tri-camp as well. Like, they just do not want HFN to farm, and you were talking about this. They need to apply pressure to her now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's the pressure. Luna does get saved, though, thanks to KJ. But the rotation from B9, a very nice tombstone, but it gets instantly destroyed as all of them turn around. And, of course, King RD there with the Unleash does the work. They get the Weaver as well as Stonebank decide to show up.
No, just way too greedy. And I like that they are trying to get the Weaver involved in those first 15 minutes, just with how strong his spells are. But you can't really afford to just lose everything so quickly on the outset of that fight. And now the pressure's back on you, and you failed your jump onto the Luna. Just not that immediate disengage that they probably would have looked for, but this is a little bit of an overextension for sure. And now Suits, well, he doesn't have another spell, but I don't know if they can track that kill down either. They're kind of running back and forth.
Well, they're going to look for King RD potentially. B9 is just in super deep, trying to keep himself alive, but that Tombstone is still on cooldown, and now Destroyer is the one that is in trouble. They just continue the chase, and they're doing everything they need. Just the sustain from the Omni Knight to end this Marcy is just way too much. And they jump forward. They manage to find the Rubik. He's out of mana. We'll take the John to the orb, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before he goes down. It's going to be Italiano Gangster that will show his face for the first time in a while. Ends up getting a second kill there onto King RD, as he does have the Doom available. But Zeus with the DD rune. It's time to cut and run.
You know, and they do find a trade there. Good stuff from Yaren. Just having the orb, having the Fade Bolt, delays that tower push so quickly, and then you just end up running out of mana on a lot of your core heroes. But you have to be very cautious, because that was a whole lot of time that HFN was actually able to reset and walk into his jungle. A jungle that, again, is very scouted, is still a little bit warded up, but it's the downtime now where HFN is starting to ping these camps, and then you kind of realize what's up.
All right, B9 gonna try and go for a ward. Does manage to find it. Needs to be careful though is, yeah. Ooh, Marcy a little bit off on that rebound.
Yeah, no, not able to close the gap. And something interesting from Wolf Team is no real emphasis on those stacks in the triangle. FCR just maybe not finding a lot of the time with how much pressure they tried to apply onto Stonebank, but HFN doesn't really have a good reason for rotating over here just yet, where things are maybe feeling a little bit awkward, but it's still go time for your puck. Suit still wants to get very active. He's got a Witchblade coming in on the courier, but it's where the game slows down like this, and then suddenly you look at the Void Spirit, who's just rushing Aghanim Scepter. Every play you make before that Scepter is done is most likely going to work out. So Wolf Team taking their kind of foot off the gas here. A little bit slow. B9's dead, though.
Yeah, B9's definitely dead. He tried to make a little cheeky play there and go for the ward or the block on the hard camp. He will actually, oh no, gets instantly dewarded by KJ. Does he get it in time? 1 second. What a gamer.
Well, that works out, and yeah. Not the biggest of plays, but the small plays definitely end up mattering. But whole lot of dewarding going on, and KJ, that's super funny. Gets scared off of Stonebank because the Weaver, very angry Weaver, is running at you. But Stonebank has his Maelstrom. Probably looks for a BKB next, and then he's actually ready to go for those team fights. It's where I think this game is starting to slow down, just mainly because Italiano is also going for a very greedy build, but they're still fighting over this high ground. This is
it's like
kind of insane.
He really wants to get this D ward here, but he's not gonna get it. Instead, he just kind of baits out the Undying Tombstone and the Flesh Golem. And for B9, that's gonna be on cooldown for a long time, and he finally does figure out where this enemy ward and sentry was. They're playing a little bit too weird around here. Like, how do they have vision, you know?
Oh, and
he does see that ward get scouted as well. B9 on the run into the trees. I can't imagine he's getting out of this one.
no, 0% chance.
Yeah, they're gonna get both of these D wards now, actually.
Pretty nice. At the dismay of Stonebank, who is trying to be annoying here, but him even attempting this is a little bit scary. And then you do see them immediately go back, but up top, they're looking for the Void Spirit, and well, with HFN in his Eclipse, yeah.
Oh my god, that's a lot of damage.
No free kill, and that's where I was wondering if DogChamp were going to try and flip the map as soon as they saw that Luna TP top, but by spending so much time bottom, trying to defend their wards, they let the Luna farm top, continue to farm top, and then your Soul Void Spirit gets punished. It just feels like Wolf Team are getting more out of the map right now, and now Yaren also gets punished for the vision. Does get the jaunt, though.
Yeah, the mine was still there, though. Managed to catch him with a sticky bomb, and right now they're looking for Stonebank. He doesn't really have the detection, though, so he's gonna be just fine. One thing we haven't really seen this game is this Doom get active, right? Ton of Gangster, he's got the ult, hasn't ever used it.
Yeah, just hasn't even wanted to chance Doom, especially ones where the Omni is connected, but at this point, you know, it just feels like they're not doing a whole lot of gaming right now. It's, oh, Stonebank.
He got the
Needs
silence
to kill the
onto him.
mines.
There's gonna be this the time lapse, the back the other way. FCR, if he gets hit here, he will be slowed down just a little bit too much. They get Destroyer though on the other side of the map, and I mean, cool, you got the techies. It costs you a ton though. It's bring all 4 heroes, plus you lose your Void Spirit again.
Oh, and this is very unfortunate. This is where okay, techies for Void Spirit, that's always bad, but Stonebank just shows back up bottom, dies to really not that much, but very importantly, if they killed the techies and then got every single D ward down bottom, then that might have been more worth it. But instead, all of this vision remains. Wolf Team don't get kicked out. The puck just comes back, and they're still getting more out of the map. And now you're seeing that chasm form between HFN and Stonebank. And with the Manta style done, so much creep pressure put on top of you. It's why they're finally smoking into the game here, trying to look for the Luna. But it's all up to Yaren. Yaren has to find the lift. Italiano has a BKB, and that's going to be great. That's not going to be great. Well, now your smoke scouted out by Techie's mines, and then the Luna TPs, and your play dies.
Yeah, they're grasping for straws here on DogChamp. In bottom lane, they might lose Destroyer again. Ooh, ends up dodging out those spells. Just gets a little bit unlucky there on FCR.
Right timing, right idea, but just barely off the mark. But even if they aren't killing the Void Spirit, that would have been a worst case scenario for a DogChamp. They're just sticking around. They don't have to leave. As long as they keep this mid wave pushed in, there's no way DogChamp can kick him out of here. It's where we need this Blink Dagger on the Doom yesterday. Italiano just needs to find the farm, and then we can actually initiate. And
He does have a BKB. Oh, they are going to find the puck here, but the coil snaps. Oh, no way. Puck actually gets out of this one, does he? He gets the blink. Zeus is free. They blow so much here on the side of DogChamp, and they get absolutely nothing. And they're going to find Italiano Gangster as well. He just gets jumped right back in. He just holds the BKB for a little bit too long, thinking he doesn't need to drop it. And they lose 2 plus the Tombstone. On over to HFN, and he just gets further and further ahead. And they're just going to go right for Roche.
Yeah, and even though they don't have a Vlad's, the Vlad's will definitely make it easier. They've got Sidekick, they pop the Unleash for it, and there's not much you're gonna do about this one. Not using the BKB there, it's just a little bit cringe. It's so close that the puck doesn't die, and then the puck gets away, and then the reset happens, and everything looks really ugly for you. Because now HFN, the engine of the team, has an Aegis. 19 minutes into the game, it's perfect from him.
Yeah, this is pretty much best case scenario for the side of Wolf Team. We talked about, HFN being this kind of 4 protect 1 strat that Wolf Team does, and he's just super farmed on this Luna, and it is so hard to come back from this. B9 will get the D ward, but no Tombstone to drop onto the high ground there, and with that, they'll just get their own counter D ward.
Yep, it's
Yaren does steal rebound, okay. I don't think the Luna really cares all that much. She's just face tanking the tower here. Stonebank can't really do much of anything. Bottom lane, they caught Destroyer again. The dispose is there. Do they have the damage to finish him off? The silence is not enough. A little bit of a mistake there by King RD. He ends up disposing him out of the mine AoE.
Yeah, ends up not being maybe the prettiest kill, but you still keep the rest of the lanes in. They still have this chokehold on the map. It is daytime now, though, and there is an Aghanim Scepter actually finished on the Void Spirit. He just needs to get to the secret shop and actually buy it. But
they caught the Weaver. He gets the time lapse, though. Can they actually go? That's the question. Destroyer needs to get on top of these heroes. HFN, he's just going to turn around with the BKB of his own, and he just wants to fight. He does not care. He's not willing to give up this Aegis Tombstone up onto the high ground. B9 wants to be able to try and keep it alive, but unable to do that.
They just keep walking into wards. It just keeps on happening where they try to get high ground with the zombie. The Undying goes for it, and then he just gets contested immediately. And sure, you trade HFN BKB for not the biggest team fight in the world, but without any follow-up. And again, still looking for the Blink Dagger onto the Doom. DogChamp are just not finding any initiations.
Yeah, absolutely. Luna Aegis not for 3 more, or has Aegis for 3 more minutes. Jump in, King RD. He finds Rubik, pulls him right back into the Luna, and Yaren just goes down right away. They end up dooming up the Marcy. Not the best target, as the Luna's just getting free reign on this fight. They take down the Weaver, doesn't even get the opportunity to time-lapse that one, and now Undying in trouble as well. This might be a quick one. HFN will get pulled into the towers, and that will burn his Aegis. But Marcy is still alive, and she's got a BKB. And HFN will start to cleave down these towers. That fort does come through. The Flak doing some work. B9 pops that Flesh Golem. They do manage to catch Zeus, but there's going to be the Eclipse. Can he do the damage all by himself here on HFN? It turns out he can. And now gets the Manta to get away. Does get telekinesis back in. Stolen Eclipse here. Very cheeky play from Yaren, but ends up dying anyway. The Flak is just owning the side of Wolf Team, but they get out anyway. KJ with the save there. So yes, you get HFN. But boy, has it cost you a lot.
And it's so close to being a perfect disengage. If he just gets his BKB off at the end there, he had his Mantis style, but he wasn't able to BKB off the Stolen Eclipse, then that looks great for Wolf Team. So at least DogChamp clawed something back, but this next fight, I don't know if you can even take it in the base. I feel like they have to be the ones to get aggressive here. And Stonebank, well, he's looking for a kill, and he will get on the FCR, but gotta keep this play going. Needs to keep on running at his opponents here. And, well, KJ actually breaks his ankles a little bit, but should get the follow-up here.
Yeah, these are 2 nice kills.
In your pocket.
Yeah, he's got the Mana Break Talent as well, which is very strong. good pickup indeed. Puck also has the Lincoln Sphere done, so Suits is just incredibly difficult to deal with now.
No, yeah. All you can really hope for is getting a Fade Bolt or even a Soul Rip into popping it and then hoping there's a connection there. But Italiano also just needs to find a Centaur creep. If he can actually just blink stun, start a fight, open it up, then maybe we get to see a full team fight, because we have not seen a full team fight as, okay,
They do find Suits.
The silence.
The double silence. It's a lot, but he just drops the coil. And he is out. And instead, he might just turn it around. He's thinking of dishing the damage as HFN TP's in. We're going to see, of course, Omni joining the fray. Yaren's up onto the high ground, but an orb will be there to help secure the kill. And HFN down to the low ground, the Hurricane Pike to give him some space, but the Destroyer has to jump away. And the next tower in their sights is this tier 2 bottom. And I don't know if Wolf Team is going to stop this aggression.
They don't really have to either. They can just kind of look up. There is a Doom to maybe be a little bit scared of, and there is also just not a very dead Rubik. 20 seconds on the timer is not much of anything. But this is also where free damage on the tier 3 is up on the menu here. And
they just go for the Doom right away. Yeah. You got KJ here to keep him alive, though. He doesn't have the ult, but they just managed to surround him and burst him up. The BKB reveal here from Stonebank actually doing some work. Suits able to just jump away here. Does have that DD rune, and Destroyer will be able to survive. So maybe they just thought they were a little bit stronger than they were, and Zeus will just stand his ground, trying to just bring down B9. The Undying is gone. Stonebank on the backside on this Weaver, trying to find his target. He gets stunned up. He gets dusted up. He's silenced. He goes down, and Puck is still not done. Takes down the Void Spirit. Zeus now chasing for Yaren, and honestly, it's just a matter of time. Waning Rift in one just commits the coil instead. Zeus with a triple kill on the Puck. Absolute beast.
Yeah, no, he says, okay, my Luna's dead. This isn't looking great. No, I can be the tower pusher a little bit now. Yeah, I got this. And it's a great jump from DogChamp, just not even letting her get close to the high ground, having 0% of that vision. But you just get a little bit too far ahead of yourselves. You just go up, you think you're confident, you don't have BKB on your Weaver, you throw him into a terrible situation, and the techies' minds make it a little bit faster, and you get racks nonetheless.
Yep. Absolutely. And that is it. Mid lane of Barracks goes down just before the respawns from DogChamp, and they'll back away with a 13,000 gold advantage here. Just about 25 minutes into this game. They're feeling very confident.
And there isn't a reason for them to really back off or be scared at this point. They have to wait for 50 seconds before their Doom's online, and then maybe we see another play like that where they just pop HFN first, but it almost might be time to switch targets. A BKB Luna doesn't sound as fearsome as this Puck just running wild all over you again.
Well, they will find the Luna. Oh, it is real. Gets the Eclipse out of it as he goes to Hurricane Pike himself away. HFN with a sorry, my bad, guys. That being said, they actually jump in. They find the Undying, and Zeus managing to chase down Yarn on the backside. He gets him, but he's in trouble. He's taunted off. He doesn't have the Doom available, and Zeus saved by this Omni Knight, able to survive. 3 heroes are dead, and now Italiano Gangster on the run. No chance of survival as they get themselves 4-0.
Whoa.
That's it. They just GG'd out. They're done. That is surprising. That was a fast GG out.
No, and when you're getting eliminated, I mean, that's it. That's DogChamp out of the tournament. That is very rare. Usually you fight to the last and bitter end, but I guess saying that we don't have Glyph or versus a Luna, we're not going to get any more items on our Weaver before the game's over, and maybe we had one more Doom to play for, but just didn't have it in that team fight. And they did lose a team fight where HFN didn't have Eclipse, didn't have BKB, only had the support from the rest of the lineup, but the rest of the lineup is pretty darn strong. And man, Suits on his Puck. Okay, SA Puck has always been one of their strong suits, but made it look great in this game.
Absolutely. Man, I am just a firm believer that Doom is a bad hero. It has nothing to do with Italiano Gangster. I have seen this hero be like good once in this whole tournament. It was under Dismar playing it in position 4. And that was about it. You know, there hasn't been many times where I felt like this hero has had a lot of contribution. The Doom like ability itself is like nice on paper, like boom, we're gonna be able to kill this hero. They take down Luna, and then it's just on cooldown for like 2 minutes, and you're like, okay, well, hopefully they just don't come high ground, right, guys? They won't try and fight again, right? Like feels pretty rough. And yeah, shout out to Wolf Team. Good plays from them. They took out one of the tournament favorites, Ravens, to get here. They now knock out DogChamp. They're gonna move on to that lower bracket finals. And honestly, they've looked good. They've looked good all tournament.
Mhm. Yeah, no, they've definitely made that turnaround. Definitely a team that in groups didn't look the hottest, but then turns it around when it comes to playoffs, when it does matter, when they will get eliminated and get just a little bit less than that prize pool money. Now, tomorrow, they do have their work cut out from them, though. SG, even though they lost versus 5 Rats today, still looking like one of the better teams. Yuma is still a beast. He's still terrifying on so many of his heroes. And there's a lot of overlap here where I think these teams, especially SG and Wolf Team, have very similar play styles, and sometimes SG does just outgun you, but that's where I think, especially with the way they've kind of solidified FCR, flexing in between the 4 and the 3 position, they've
It's
definitely
been
got some
good.
tricks that they can pull. I think
Yeah,
they definitely look a lot better now, but we'll have to see. But really, every game tomorrow is going to look great.
I agree. Let's speaking of the games for tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pull up the bracket so y'all can see what is going on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've got okay, a little bit of lag there, but there we go. So here are the standings. Of course, you can see everything that led to where we are. Um, Again, the games from today. 5 Rat 4 staff taking the series against SG Esports 2-1, an absolute ridiculous series. And of course, Wolf Team taking the 2-0 here. So tomorrow we have SG Esports versus Wolf Team, the winner, to play against 5 Rat 4 staff in the grand finals. And these games are going to be starting earlier than normal. It's because it is a best of 3 and then I think a best of 5, right? Or is it also a best of 3? I
Yep.
think it's a best of 5. So we do have potentially more games tomorrow. So we are going to start earlier, I believe, 11 o'clock Pacific time. So 2 hours ahead of schedule. So just keep your eyes on that. Make sure to, remember that is the start time if you want to be here to actually catch these games. But yeah, final thoughts on the games for today. We got to talk about one other thing, but final thoughts on the games for today.
No, good overall. I mean, the 5 Rats game is like just the one that everybody's going to be
That
talking
was
about, right?
insane.
80-minute, just ridiculous, whatever the heck. But 5 Rats coming into grand finals, I mean, for an NA squad to look honestly as solid as they had, and they still have so much more room to grow, which is the scary thing, right? They're still a very new squad. They had a new mid laner coming into this tournament in the first place. I think they're really starting to come into their own here and really get some of those ideas. And of course, finally getting a coach, they're really starting to look great. Come next APC season, definitely got to look back at the Rats.
I agree. Yeah, should be good. All right. Well, before we call it tonight, just want to remind you all that this tournament is sponsored by HyperX, and there is a sick giveaway happening right now. And y'all can head over to bts.gg/Pro Series giveaway for a chance to win one of those brand new HyperX Armada 25-inch Full HD gaming monitors. And these things are freaking sweet. I highly recommend doing it just for the chance to win one of these. And then, of course, there is some BTS merch on the line as well. You have until the end of the tournament, October 7th, to enter for this. So to do that, check the links below the stream or in chat. There are everywhere. And just try and enter that while you still can, because you're going to kick yourself on October 8th if you can't enter anymore. So don't make that mistake,
And that's tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you don't get too caught up watching Dota, I suppose.
Yeah.
Would be your miss there.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm pooped. It's been a long day. We've been here for like 8 hours or something. It's some crazy Dota all day. But just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Again, my name is rkryptic. Shout out to Neff, who was here earlier, but then also just like had to leave because he's has to manage a team and do media day stuff. And big shout out to ET here as he just last second jumped on in, carried the cast. So appreciate you, brother. And have fun tomorrow with it. You're gonna kill it.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
We got this. Kmart.
Yeah.
Easy BO5.
Easy clap. As for me, that's going to do it for the Pro Series. So thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all here tomorrow at a slightly earlier time here on Beyond the Summit. This is the Pro Series Season 12. Have a wonderful night.